Lines of good progress. One of the problems with levels was that progress expectations would be a straight line for all pupils. What would change depending on a pupil's ability would be the gradient of the line. When we researched depth of learning, we realised pupils plateau at a certain depth of understanding for some time because they need to embed some skills so they become habits rather than ticking them off and saying they've been achieved. On the graph in front of us, we have 3 lines. The yellow line represents good progress for a pupil who is emerging at the end of EYFS or working towards a Key Stage 1. The blue line represents good progress for a pupil who is expected at the end of EYFS or expected a Key Stage 1. And the green line represents good progress for a pupil who is exceeding at the end of EYFS or greater depth at Key Stage 1. On the left-hand side, you can see we use a cumulative depth of learning index to map out for each term what we expect pupils to be at in terms of depth of learning. These lines are customizable in the depth of learning using EOMS feature. For more information on EOMS, please go to the support tab, but this is what we use for their starting point. You can use the lines for 2 purposes. Firstly, to forecast end of key stage attainment. Secondly, to measure progress from starting point. To use them for forecast future attainment, you can see on the graph the pupil currently has a cumulative depth of learning index of 6. And so therefore, by following the line, we would find at the end of the key stage they should have a depth of learning index of 8. If a pupil is above or below the line, we alter their forecast by the amount they are above or below. We can also use the lines to measure progress. If a pupil is on their line of good progress or below by 0.5, this is considered to be good progress. If a pupil falls below this tolerance, the progress will be a concern. So by using the lines of good progress, you can see the expectation of where a pupil should be at any particular point throughout their time at school. So depth of learning always asks, are pupils meeting their line of good progress?